So we are going to talk about lettering today. And it's actually quite simple to turn lettering from traditional line to a shape. So a line letter would be the letter T. And to make the T into a shape, all you have to do is trace around the letter T. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing for each of these letters. And I'm going to give them a little bit of space between because I know that they're going to become larger. So all you have to do is outline each letter and trap that line inside of the shape. So this is a very traditional way to do lettering here. So let's think about another way to approach each individual letter, because this is kind of simple, but I think we could get more creative with this. So if we start the same way with just a very simple line describing each letter, I'm going to pull that H around and I'm going to go back now and look and see how I can change this shape. I can pull that down, erase a line, make those lines run as one consecutive line, make the top big, the bottom smaller, change the angles a little bit. So I'm trying to think about the shape where I can still read the individual letters, but I'm not thinking about them as a traditional shape. So sometimes they get thick, sometimes they get thin, the bottom can get wide. So as you look at each individual letter, think of it as a character and what that character can say. So I can even eliminate the bottom half of the H, pull that around, and even turn that into an arrow. So I have kind of a different way to look at the letter, and I've drawn light enough that it feels like a guide. So I'm just trying to figure out how this can look as traditional and then non-traditional. You can go back to the traditional and clean those up, make sure that they're all the same height, keeping your ruler parallel with the sides and the top of the paper. Clean up each individual letter and ensure that they're all about the same width. So it's almost as though you've used a very fat marker and it's writing with that marker, so each one feels the same. And this is a much more structured, kind of clean look opposed to the teach at the bottom. So I'm lining this up to ensure that these lines are all perpendicular with one another. But this is quite different from the one below. So you need to find out which style you like best. You want to try both, kind of a traditional style and then a non-traditional style. And again, these are kind of lightly drawn, so I can erase the guidelines and really see which one I like better.